In the beginning, she was quiet and happy, an inspiring athlete, grilling the competition. She set fire to track meets. Her life seemed alright, but what she desired was lacking. She put on a pretty face, and everything seemed normal, but no one bothered to see past it to reveal her turmoil. Lifelike, straining for gold, tainting her soul like dirty soil. Lifelike, failing at breaking the mold. The spacing of holes will embroil. Lifelike, pushing for control, but her setting remained. Lifelike, buttons will hold, resetting the goal for her lifelike game. Her life was a mess. Her parents taking a toll on it like pricing her debt. She would cry herself to sleep nearly every night that she slept. Then she dreamed blissful nightmares, the likeness of death. How do you manage being raised by people who don't love? How do you handle compromising with someone that won't budge? She never succeeded at removing oppression, verbal warfare, words exchanging like nuclear weapons. And this is the part where the mother usually steps in. The third world, she's powerless, raped with too many questions. And whenever she did, she would prove to defend him. She's Nigeria. If she spoke out, she'd lose her dependence. Why do you always put me down and won't allow me to grow? Why should I support you as long as you grow old? I want liberation from you, I want my own home. And why are you forcing me to marry someone I don't know? You suffocate me like I'm not allowed to breathe. You make me want to kill myself from the sound of your speech. Growing up, I never felt like you were proud of me. You tear my artwork whenever you found a piece. I'm sick and tired of abiding by your rules. You never supported me in anything I would do. You make me feel uncomfortable when I hide the truth, like when you sent me to the ER and made me lie for you. Even in front of my friends, you would call me foul things. You hideous, you don't have an ounce of brain. After a while, every insult from you sounds the same. Now I'm telling you that's not how you pronounce my name. No, shut up. I'ma cut you off because I don't want you to talk. Because I draw the line before you get your point across. What have you ever done to provide for me and mom? Shut up. I'll force this page in your throat, give you a bleeding tongue because the truth hurts and you can't swallow it to begin to see what's wrong. You're a failure when all you've done is deal drugs and smoke weed and bongs. I can't wait till a doctor announces you're dead. You're the reason why this family's profoundly in debt. You're 45 years old, don't have a salary yet. You can't feed a family off cooked bread. You need a reality check. And that one night, when you came back, of course, it would have to be known that the master was home. You pointlessly beat mom till her laughter was gone. She had practically fractured her bone. After that argument, her hatred only grew. She stormed upstairs and went straight to her room. All she ever wanted was for him to leave, so she plotted schemes to retrieve her stolen dreams from her thief. So the next morning, she woke up in a lively mood. Her dad was sitting in a quiet room while she put insecticides inside his food. She then left her house to catch a ride to school, and when she returned, TV on, live on the news, her father died in his car before colliding with two fences and ended up on the side of a drive-thru. Now, finally satisfied that he's dead, she goes to her room tired to lie on her bed. That's when she notices a note to the right of her desk. She picks it up. Her eyes widen and sweat begins to trickle down the side of her neck. The note read, "Mommy's feeling real sick and I fear I might not make it. I don't know what it is, probably from the food that I've taken. I've called Miss Yu from the adjacent street to take me to Bellevue, but until she arrives, there's some things I need to tell you. You are the light of my world, my bright little girl, the perfect swirl of beauty and innocence, you're a pearl, the incense to my inferno, the inspiration for my journal. I'm sorry throughout these years my impatience has been hurtful. I'm sorry about Dad and how we used to hit you. I'm sorry I stayed back and allowed it to continue. I want you to know when I'm gone that I'll miss you. Streams sprinting down her cheeks, blotted out with a tissue. We shattered your dreams like raindrops crashing on surface. You were blessed with a talent, and I said it was worthless. I am the night's rift which blankets your day's brightness. Never forget that your existence is priceless. You can't imagine how hard it is for me to write this. I wish I was with you to give you one nice kiss. We shattered your dreams like raindrops crashing on surface. You were blessed with a talent, and I said it was worthless. I am the night's rift which blankets your day's brightness. Never forget that your existence is priceless. You can't imagine how hard it is for me to write this. I wish I was with you to give you one nice kiss. I'm sorry you felt like you were never supported. I'm sorry for ever wishing that you were aborted. I'm sorry you had to put up with our obnoxiousness. I'm sorry I felt you never deserved my compliments. I'm sorry I never highlighted your accomplishments. I'm sorry you lived through life filled with empty promises. I'm sorry for making it hard when you had to swallow pride. I'm sorry for all the times I should have apologized. I would give anything just to see my daughter's eyes, knowing that we were the cause of all her cries. The times your eyes shimmered, reminiscent of starry nights. I'm sorry for the parts of your life when you felt you were despised. And finally for the truth disguised, masking all my lies. The point of this letter is I have nothing to hide. So from now going forth, deceit meets its demise. So let me speak the truth for a second. Just last week, I got news that I'm pregnant. And that's the real reason I was abused by that weapon. Excited to start over, to raise someone right. But after I realized the mistakes I've made in your life, I have so much to confess, but little time to write. There's something I saved for you I think that you might like. From where you're standing, under the floor is a safe. Just remember, 1 turn and 24.68. And what she found made her gasp. It was a round paper bag and in it 200,000 in cash. Reading on, I spent your entire life saving the little I had. Meanwhile, keeping all this a secret from Dad. I applied to VCU on your behalf, praying you'd create for yourself the life you never had. You must not wait. At midnight will come a cab. All expenses paid. My advice, pack your bags. I was going to give it to you even if he'd kill me. I'd die for your sake, at least my final deed is fulfilling. And I understand if you can't find it in your heart to forgive me. I've watched throughout your life as you tackled every obstacle. You're a soldier. I want to remind you that nothing's impossible. I want you to know after tonight I'll be watching you. Now you have to get ready. You know what you got to do. You see the story that you just heard? About how this girl's fate had drastically turned is inspired by my life and the lessons I've learned. I pray to God one of you was touched by my word and that you leave here tonight with a life lesson learned. And if there's only one thing that you learn from today, should be that all parents need to learn from their mistakes and change their hurtful ways, and that sometimes you have to stay strong in the present because you might irrationally make a decision to later regret it. Thank you.